All right. It's okay. Yeah,
Here we go.
please. Please and thank you. And here we go. Here we go. Del, how are you? Mary, how are you?
Pretty good.
Kathy, always smiling Taylor, how are you? Angie. Whoop, whoop. Elston, good to see you. Glad you're home.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
happy Tuesday, everybody. Maristel Dumal. It looks like tax season is over for most people. She has come back home. Fantastic. Great to see you, too. And I see you. Did he co-host you? Not yet. Or do you want to get our our additional speaker, our guest speaker for tonight, our leadership? Got it. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Happy Tuesday.
Welcome to the RRR247 podcast, episode 11. Can you believe it? Donna, Angie, everybody, we're on episode 11 already. Fantastico. All right, look at all the new faces. I see a lot of new faces already. Good deal.
Technically, I think it's episode 10. I'm counting them really quick.
There was a guy that told me it was 11 just a couple days ago. So
it's 10. It's 10.
Is it 10? Okay. I thought my numbers were off, but I guess I was on this time. Yep. All right. So welcome everybody to the RRR247 podcast, episode 10, which means you're not going to miss a thing because we just backed up for you to make sure you get it all, right? Beautiful. And I see so many new faces in here. It's wonderful to see. Now, listen, if you're brand new, and I see a lot of new faces, I want you to write this down, please. This is for you. Never miss a Tuesday night call. All the big announcements, everything that's important to you and your business, and everything that everybody has to share with you to help you build your business, help you hit your goals, help you do whatever you want to do, whether it's expand in other countries or just increase your check here in the United States. It's always going to happen and be talked about on a Tuesday night. Anytime Rory and Tanya are going to add something to the system, a product, a service, a tool, a good training from either one of them, a good training from one of our other leaders, and I'm going to introduce a great one to you tonight. It's always going to happen on Tuesday nights, never any other night of the week, always Tuesday night. And what else happens, Linda, on Tuesday nights? We get to meet all the brand new people too, right?
Yes, we
Whoever
do.
got you here, they want to know that you made it. Rory and Tanya want to hear your name for the first time. All the other leadership want to hear your name for the first time. So if it's your first Tuesday night, click on that little microphone in the lower left-hand corner of your Zoom screen. Say hello, state your name. Don't forget to say what state you're calling in from. We love to see that as well. And welcome to the call.
Hello, I'm Luann. I'm from Tennessee, and I'm new tonight.
Luann from Tennessee, welcome, ma'am. Glad you made it.
Thank you.
I'm Leanne. I'm from Indiana.
Luann and Leanne, we got something going on here. Welcome, Leanne from Indiana. Glad you made it. Welcome to the team.
Hello, everyone.
Where are you? I don't see you. Who's that?
It's Andrea. I'm Andrea from Roanoke.
I see you now. Roanoke, Virginia?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. What a beautiful area. Loved it, that whole corridor. I lived in Virginia for a lot of years. It's beautiful up there. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the call. Glad you're here.
I'm Margaret from Texas.
Margaret from Texas. Texas made it. They're in the house.
Yes.
Fantastic, Margaret. Glad you're here. Who else?
I'm Danny.
Hi, I'm
Sandy from Texas.
Sandy from Texas. Welcome, ma'am. Go ahead, Danny.
I'm Danny Williams from San Diego, California. Originally from
San Diego, California is here. Fantastic.
Awesome.
Welcome, all of you. Great. Glad you made it. Welcome to the team. Anybody
I'm
else?
Cherie from Missouri.
Cherie from Missouri. Welcome, Cherie. Glad you made it. Missouri's here.
Hi, I'm Lori.
Who is that?
Hi, I'm Lori from Virginia.
Lori from Virginia. All right, great. We got something going on in Virginia now. 2 people tonight, new people from Virginia. Good to see. Fantastic. Welcome, Lori. Glad you made it. Anybody else?
Hey, I'm Jacqueline from New York.
New York's here, upstate or a city?
Northern New York.
Upstate.
I'm in Carthage, so like
Oh,
a half an
fantastic.
hour from Watertown.
Yeah, fantastic. Great area. I used to go all through those mountains and up all the way up to Tupper Lake and Saranac Lake and all that. Yep.
Mhm.
Been all through there too. Fantastic. Great. Welcome. Glad you made it.
Thanks.
All right. So for any, go ahead.
Hey, Anita from Texas.
Anita from Texas. There you are. Glad you made it. Welcome. Rob with you?
He's probably clocking in because due to the fact he's driving one of my
Okay.
girls from volleyball. So he'll be here shortly unless he just clicks on while he's listening while he's driving.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad you're here. And he's hopefully driving safe.
Yes.
Paying attention to the road and just listening. Turn the camera off, Rob.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. All right, so anybody that's brand new and you didn't hear me for the first time, sorry we started a couple minutes late. We had a lot of great big things to cover right before the call, during our leadership call, and right before getting starting this call. So I'm going to have to call last call. I know it's quick, but it's already after 9 o'clock. So last call. I want all the new people who didn't hear this. I want all the new people who didn't hear this earlier, write it down. Tuesday night, most important night of the week, all the big announcements, everything you need to help control your rate of success, to help you become more successful, to hit your goals, to grow, expand, everything. It'll always be talked about, launched, products, services, tools, anything Rory and Tanya you're going to add to help you make more money and help you grow, always Tuesday night. And then we'll train on it in depth on Saturday. But we also love meeting the new people, and Linda says there's a bunch of them in chat. So let's find out how many more new people are here.
Just one.
Just one?
There's a Jeffrey K. I can't say his last name from Las Vegas. He's on YouTube.
Las Vegas is in the house. Welcome, Jeffrey. Glad you made it. Anybody else? Last call.
Yes, this is Lydia Bell.
Where are you calling in from, Lydia?
You muted herself real quick.
Go ahead and unmute again, Lydia. Where are you calling in from? What state?
Portsmouth, Ohio.
Portsmouth,
Yay!
Ohio. There you go.
Welcome.
You just made Linda's day.
This is Leon
Hi.
Corbett. This is Leon Corbett from Buffalo, New York.
This is Lydia
Buffalo,
Bell.
New York's in the house. Hallelujah. I get at least one Go Bills before the call's over. Thank you. All right.
This is Eddie Ioe calling from Massachusetts.
From Massachusetts? Fantastic. Welcome, sir. Glad you made it.
Thank you, sir.
And
Every
Rainy
week we
as
have
well.
somewhere between 10 and 30 brand new people joining the family, joining the team. We just had 12 or 13. I might have missed a couple hash marks on my piece of paper. 12 or 13 just came in really quick, brand new people. And there was a couple more out there that are shy. I could see the faces, and that's
I got
okay.
one more.
Go ahead.
Ken Rainey.
Did he say where from?
Nell didn't tell me.
That's okay. Welcome, Ken.
Johnny from
There's Johnny Young. Fantastic. Welcome, Johnny. Glad you're here. Glad you made it. Anybody else? Anybody else? Last call. I got to hit a couple buttons now. We got to get going. That was 15 people anyway. And like I said, every week there's somewhere between 10 and 30 people. And 15 is what? Right dead center between 10 and 30, isn't it? So thank you guys for keeping my story true. I got to hit that button, and then I'm going to hit that button, and then we're going to get going because we got a lot of great things to cover tonight. And welcome everybody to the RRR247 podcast, episode 10. You're going to hear some great stories. You're going to hear some great information. You're going to hear some great ideas. You're going to hear about something very, very exciting tonight as well. For all of you new folks, my name is Niall Eddy. I live down here in Central Florida with the love of my life that you see down there on the screen, building this business together, and we're having a blast. We love what we do, and we love helping people, and we love the system Roy and Tandy put together that we can reach out, not just across this nation, but globally and build business all over the world. I've been in this industry, guys, for almost 35 years now. I've worked with the Rickards for 30 of those 35 years. So needless to say, I got to know them pretty good, right? I was just a young entrepreneur that didn't really know what I was doing, but I was working hard and I was breaking records somehow that I didn't even know how I was doing it. I just put forth a lot of effort, right? But I needed a voicemail very big to handle a lot of volume because I'm doing snail mail all over the country and people are calling into a voicemail. And I wanted to do some big ad campaigns on top of the regular mailings that I was doing. And everybody said, go see Rory, get your voicemail set up. Go see Rory Rickard, get your voicemail set up. So I finally did. I called. They got me on the phone with Rory. I met this young guy with a lot of love, a lot of passion, a lot of energy, and really a big desire for two things: to help other people, especially entrepreneurs, build their business, do what they need to do. And he had a love for mass communication. Like, I don't know, I've never really seen before, except a few of my military years, if you guys know what I mean. It wasn't too many civilians that loved mass communication the way he did. He gave me the voicemail I needed. It took all the volume I could throw at it. But get this, Anita, ready? He showed me how, as I built a network of people around the country, and I'm talking 20, 30, 40, and 50,000 people and growing, we kept growing. I could put a message on that system, shoot it out to everybody at the same time, put the little quick training messages out all at the same time. Doesn't seem like a lot to some of the young kids like Riley on here listening because all the technology we have today, but this was in 1990 to 92. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have cell phones. I didn't even have a pager. Elston, I didn't even have that big green bag with the Motorola phone in it yet. None of that stuff existed, right? But we had this guy through the phone company with that techie brain and that love for mass communication that figured out a way for us to mass communicate through the phone company. It was amazing what we were able to do. But then 93, 94, the internet came out. All of us are bringing those giant computer screens, the monitors that look like the old, tube TVs and stuff. And we're carrying them in the house and putting them on our home offices or on our kitchen counters. And Rory really found his niche. That's when he really found his passion and his ability to help even more people. He left the phone company, got online. The first thing he did was become the #1 lead generation company on the internet. How did he do that? Nobody knows. Nobody knows how to do what this guy knows how to do. No one can produce the quantity of leads that he can produce, and no one can produce the quality of leads that he knew how to produce. No one knew how to do it. There were other people trying. They were overpriced. Some of them were selling stuff that had already been sold 2 and 3 times. Rory knew how to produce fresh leads every single day. He became the #1 lead generation company on the internet, and he still holds that title today. You know what the only difference is, Elston? He doesn't sell them anymore. He does not sell his leads to the public. He does not even sell them to us. What does he do with them? He invests them in you. Rory and Tanya figured out a way to take their lead generation abilities and invest them into you and get their return down the road. If we help you make money and we help you become successful, they get their return in the long run. Nobody else has been able to figure out how to do that too. You guys can look around until you're blue in the face. You're not going to find anybody else doing that. It just doesn't exist. But what else did we need back then after Rory got online? We needed a website, right? We needed some place to send these leads to where they can read information about whatever product or service or company that we were marketing at that time. And now it's all over the world. So he was representing and helping a lot of different companies at the time. There's other companies out there building websites, don't get me wrong. So most of them were getting like 1 in 50 visitors would actually read the information, fill out the form at the end. The really good ones, and everybody was paying an arm and a leg for that, were getting 1 in 25 visitors to their website, would fill out the form and ask for more information, ask for a call. Roy decided he was going to try his hand at building a website. Very first one he built, 1 in 10. We thought, this guy is amazing. I can't believe he did that, right? Wasn't good enough for him. He tweaked it, played with it, added more technology, put pages behind the pages, and edited as much as he could. He got that down to 1 in 5, guys. 1 in 5. No one knows how to do what this guy knows how to do, right? So we built incredible things. I'm a dad. My background is I started off in the working world as a landscaper. Then I went to work with one of my uncles. And I got tired of landscaping and being all dirty every summer. And I picked up a hammer and threw a tool belt on, went to work with my grandfather and my other uncle, swinging a hammer and building homes. My grandfather retired. It was just me and my uncle and his son and one of my good friends. Building homes all over Western New York, swinging that hammer. I thought, this is me. I love it. I love working with my hands. I love swinging a hammer. I love building. I love watching people see their new home for the very first time. That was going to be my forever career. That's what my grandfather did. That's what my uncles did. That's what I was going to do. Something happened. I hurt my back really bad one day on an accident. Yep, I had to go back to school to get retrained and learn something new because I had a doctor tell me, keep doing what you're doing. You're going to be sitting on the rocket chair on the front porch by the time you're 40 years old. And I said, well, that just doesn't sound fun to me. Not exciting at all. So I'm going to go do something else. I went back to school as an adult with a wife and 3 kids to be an aviation mechanic. And I got through school. I had one more semester to go, and I found this. This was it. I was introduced to this industry. And I finished school. I went to work at the airport with some letters of recommendation. I was only there for 8 months. Guess what? I was having too much fun, making too much money at this home-based business and this thing I was doing to go in and clock in and turn a wrench on somebody else's aircraft every day. Got up one morning, grabbed a sip of my coffee, looked at my wife and said, oh, I didn't say that. Excuse me. I said, I'm going to go in and give my 3-week notice and quit. And I didn't even get any talk back about that. She didn't care at all. So I went into work and I told the boss, I'm giving you my 3-week notice. He was so upset with me, Anita. He said, Niall, if you're serious, you can just go ahead and quit today. And I went, thank you very much. And I had this big smile on my face and I shook his hand, grabbed my toolbox, left, and I've been home ever since. So now I went from this dad who was hardly ever home, never got to see the kids growing up. But lucky if I got home and have dinner with them, right? And give them a kiss on the forehead, tell them brush your teeth, go to bed, do it again, missed everything all day long. To the dad who got to put them on the bus, take them off the bus, go to every football practice, go to every cheerleading camp, go to every volleyball practice. And when a high school needed a bowling coach, my kids wanted a bowl, so I raised my hand and I became the bowling coach of the high school. Why? Because I could. Because I had the time freedom that this industry gave me, and I had the financial freedom that this industry gave me to just give my kids their heart desire to spend every waking moment that I could with them. Any reason I could spend with my kids is what I did. Every decision I made in my business and every path I've taken is what can I do for my kids? What better life can I give for my kids? How can I lead by example and show my kids how to live a good life and achieve their own dreams? And it's been incredible what we've been able to accomplish here with Rory and Tanya. I met him the first time when I flew down to Miami, and I shook his hand, looked in his eyes for the first time. I knew this is one of the good guys. I don't know what we're going to do here, what this business was going to become of all this, but I want to know him for the rest of my life. I want him to be a part of my life for the rest of my life, and I want to be a part of his life. And it turned out we did become part of each other's life. He knows my kids. I know his kids. We've celebrated holidays together. We've traveled the world together. And yes, we do throw a line in the water everywhere we go. Every chance we get. Excuse me. Still got the allergies, Anita. I don't know what to do. This is what's killing me on a call with her the other night. I don't know what else I could do for it. Just wait for it to pass. So we've had a great life and we've built incredible business. I knew I wanted to be a part of Rory's life. I had no idea where it was going, but we did do incredible things with it. After meeting him, a couple years later, I flew out to Utah to meet our wonderful co-founder here, Tanya Rickard. And I walked in the door and I met this young lady, raising 7 kids. I had one playing football and one playing volleyball. I know how busy I was. She had 6 playing football and one in profession or some kind of dance, right? And I don't know how you do that. How does somebody manage all that every single day? But she was also running several other businesses and helping Rory get this going and training and staying on time and tracking everything and building calendars, teaching people how to be organized and use their time wisely. A power couple. That's who I just walked into. That's who I met. I realized real quick these two their skills complement each other perfectly, right? And they were going to be true legends in this industry. That's exactly what happened. And they're not done yet. They're far from done yet. There's got a long ways to go. I think we have a goal of helping 10 million families around the world before we even start to slow down. And here I am in Central Florida now with the love of my life, who's also in the business, on the same page, loving everything as much as I do, building the same way I do, and helping as many people as we can because of a system put together by 2 people who had a vision, a dream, they believed in it, and no matter what it took, they made it happen. And now today, all the technology has been added in there. Rory and Tanya have taken all the friction points out of the way that usually hold people back from building as fast as they could here with this business. And it's so much better, easier, faster, any words you want to use, than what we had 30 years ago, right? So I'm going to ask this question to you, all the new people. If you're looking for someplace that you can build yourself an incredible business and hit your dreams and eventually walk away from your JOB like I did, Dina did, Linda did, Stacy did, and so many other people have done, while also helping other people taking significant products and services to the world to have a positive impact on their life and then help them achieve their dreams as well. You found your home here. Welcome to RRR247. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. You're going to meet a lot of great people. I've met a lot of great people. I've met some people I never would have met as a carpenter or an aviation mechanic, right? Rory put together, and Tanya put together a circle of people around them to help take their message out to everybody else. Those people start building teams and made that circle bigger. It just kept growing until we grew into the marketing army that we are today. But as I went to every single event they have, and I love going to the events, I go every time every chance I get, because I don't know who I'm going to meet, what I'm going to hear, and what positive things going to happen in my life just by attending the event, right? Like meeting the love of my life, you guys. That's where I met her at an event, by the way. But I go to every event, so I got to meet every single one of the leadership team that Rory and Tanya have built around themselves, except for two. I'm still waiting to meet two, but I met the rest of them. And I got to tell you, it's a pack of people who have the same vision they have the same passion and love to help other people that they have. And we're all here to protect the house and make sure that brand new people like Anita and Sherry and all the other people that just got here this week, that sounded off this morning or tonight, make sure this business is here long term. Make sure you're building something that you can hand off to future generations. A team of people that help protect the house for Rory and Tanya, so that you can go to sleep at night knowing we're building something to last forever. But as I met those people, there's some of them just stand out to you, right? You just walk into a room and you hear their voice, and there they are, and you know the voice from on Zoom and in the meetings. But then when you hear that voice live and you get a chance to meet them, you can see the energy, you can feel the honesty, you can feel the passion behind them. This person, the very first event I went to that she was at, I got my hug. So if you're going to be able to attend any upcoming events, and I hope you are, remember this. While you're there, make sure you get a Donna hug. Who's Donna? Donna is probably one of the MSIs and the top leaders here in the company that's been here probably as long as Rory's dream existed. It feels like she's just been here forever, right, Linda? Could you imagine a time when Donna wasn't here? No, none of us can. So she's been around forever. She's built incredible teams. She's known as Miss Consistency, and she works unbelievably hard every day. She's building teams and building leadership. But when you meet her, and maybe it's special for me because she's one of the people who are not taller than me. But every time I see her, I get my Donna hug, and we get to hang out and usually have dinner together, because she's just one of them souls that you can tell, serious businesswoman, but kind, big sister, auntie, whatever age group you're in, to everybody that she meets. So when you get going in here, you're going to be building your pages first, trying to get Google AdSense on your site. Then you're going to start building your teams. You're going to become a CSI certified system instructor, then a gold system instructor, then a platinum system instructor, and then a master system instructor. That's where Donna's at now. And I know she's building those leadership underneath her. So without any further delay, I don't see her yet, but I can tell she's still on the list over there. My friend and one of the leaders here and master system instructor, Donna Walker-Meyer, where are you at? Where did you go?
I'm right above you.
You're right. You're way down below me. You were up above me. Now you're down there. Sister, this call is all yours, and I know people can't wait to hear your story.
Thank you so much, Niall. And I have to tell this story because it means a lot to me too. This group is full of just so many amazing people, and Niall is one of those amazing people. I remember we were in a event in, I think it was Punta Cana. We all went out to dinner, and I walked in the restaurant. Now, I don't think you guys got some of the insinuations that he had. I'm barely 5 foot tall, and all of the stools were bar stools, which I had just had knee surgery and I couldn't get up on I looked at those and I thought, really? There's no way I could get up there. So Niall did, without me even asking, help me get up on that stool. I appreciated that. But yeah, I'm easy to spot. I'm the shortest person in the room normally. Um, I am. I've been with RRR247 little past 9 years now. I'm a mom of two wonderful daughters and five grandkids, ranging from third grade to college. Hard to believe. I don't know where the time's gone, but um, my story, my journey with Triple R started about 10 years ago. And I had my youngest daughter in college, and both of my kids were really getting started with their lives, right? They didn't really need mom around at the time. And my brother called one night and he said, would you ever consider coming out to help me in Florida, in Texas, uh, because my business is booming and I really need help out here, that because he traveled a lot. So I thought about it for a couple days and I thought, well, why not? The kids don't really need me here right now. They're really busy with their own lives and getting that up and going. So I thought timing's perfect. Why not? So I sold my house and moved out there. We had a great time together. Needless to say, Florida was wonderful. We enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the time I spent with my brother and his wife. And 10 years went by and he developed a problem and didn't quite survive it. So after he passed, I closed up everything and decided to move back to Texas to be closer to my kids and my grandkids. Well, I had moved out there in '07, late '07, right before the huge market crash in Florida. And it was devastating. I don't know if a lot of you remember that. If you're in Florida, I'm sure you do. But when 10 years later, when I went to sell my house, it was still only worth just a little more than half of what I paid for it. So I lost everything. I mean, honestly, I was penniless coming back to Texas. So I actually had to move in with my oldest daughter, her husband, and four kids at that point. And thank God that they invited me to do that while I tried to figure out what I was going to do for the rest of my life now, to get back up and moving, because I'd never been in this position before. All these years, I was in my mid 60s and starting totally over. Um, I looked for jobs, and as a lot of you that I'm talking to here lately know, that when you're in your 60s or 70s, there's not slim pickings out there as far as jobs go. So I started looking online, which I had not been used to doing, at that point. Um, and God brought me this program, thank God, because it really, it really saved me. I got into it. It was a wonderful group of people, and it was I was not a techie, so I was a little leery. I probably made every mistake in the book. So every new person coming in, don't be afraid of just jumping in with 2 feet. That is the best way to learn. Um, that the people here are the best group of people that you're ever going to meet, the biggest hearts, the biggest support. They're here to help every single one of you succeed. And I thought that I had worked with the greatest group of people when I worked for MD Anderson Cancer Center. But I'll tell you right now, um, nobody holds a candle to this group of people. It's true. Everybody here is out to help you out, help you succeed, no matter what it is. Anybody pitches in to help each other. Um, I love this program because you get to meet so many different people from so many parts of the world, not just here in the United States, but other countries as well. And it's an opportunity for you to stay in tune with what's going on around the world. If you are not able to get out and socialize as much as you would like to, this is a great way to stay in tune with people and learn new skills. And I can't thank Rory enough for this program. Because no matter what age you are, it's step by step, all laid out. There's tons of support here for you to get you up and being successful. And you're learning new skills and you're helping other people as you're doing that. So there's no other place, no other program on the face of the earth that you're going to be able to get all of these things. And Rory and Tanya, their philanthropy and all of the things, opportunities that they make available to us, you're not going to find anywhere else. And I am forever grateful to them. And so I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you, Rory and Tanya, and it's all yours.
Thank you so much, Donna. You know what? I feel like we haven't talked in a while, even though we have chats going back and forth. But you just been an incredible part of this. You just muted, so you need to unmute. Here we go. Again, unmute again.
There we go.
You can't leave. I'm going to tie you in a little bit. So, you've seen all the different stuff that we've added and that's come and gone based on, well, I guess based on the need, the desire, the changes. And the one that's been consistent, and it's what we started with from, somehow I remembered this when you were talking, and I was thinking, I was reminiscing. And the PBS has been the one constant thing, right?
Yes.
And it gives us the ability to shift, to change, to adapt. And it's, I mean, we constantly are adapting, right? And figuring out, an easier way to teach. And you guys, just to put this out there, and I know you'll hear this from Melissa likes to bring it up because it's awesome. But Donna, when you built your PBS, you didn't have it. You didn't have it like they did today, right? You didn't have to modify it. You had to build it from scratch.
That's right. That's right. And for somebody that is not a techie, that was not an easy feat. Yeah, I'm technically challenged, really. And I know that I probably gave a lot of people a headache trying to get through to me and make sense of things. But I stuck with it. I'm pretty stubborn. And I was determined that I was going to make this work. And thanks to everybody here that pitches in and helps everybody else, I have been successful with it. I've got a huge team and I thank God for them every single day. I think I learn more from my team members that I bring in than they do for me sometimes, but it's wonderful, the whole experience.
I was going to just say this, like people owe you and a lot of people that came in the very beginning a big amount of thanks because their input is what allowed this to become easier. Them saying what they didn't understand or every time they got a roadblock and I would hear it, I gotta, it was hard for me to get the system to where anybody could do it because I didn't realize how many steps were in a step. Right? Because I'd just been doing this. I never went out there when I first started doing my marketing and I never thought I'm going to be teaching everybody in the world that I can how to do this. That was not even a glimpse of where I thought my path would be until 2008. I just did it. So, it's your skill, you're doing it. And then so when I started teaching it, it took me 4.5 years to get it to where it was something anybody could do. And we moved from the raw template of build it from scratch. And because I wanted everybody to understand, like if they broke it, how to fix it. Because I was trying to teach people to help others, right? That was the vision. And that's where we are. And that was probably a little too hard. And I'm so glad for those that stuck it out. But they all deserve some respect forever because if it wasn't for them and them telling me what they couldn't do, I wouldn't have been able to make it as easy as we made it. We wouldn't have been and I shouldn't say I made it. I listened really well and adapted things. And then even the new training that we have now is even slower, more so that people don't have to rewind it a bunch of times. They can just listen to me in slower motion. And it's really progressed a long way. And I look where we were and where we've come. And you guys, I told everybody this is a legacy business. And Donna, here it is. How many years later? It's still producing.
Yep. It's awesome. And
And
it adapts.
It does.
It does adapt very easily. It adapts better than the humans do behind it sometimes.
So, Donna, you've been around when we launched the IBO program.
I was.
It was well, it's a while ago. I actually lose track of the time. And you've seen that help a lot of people.
Including me. So
True. And we basically, some transitions have been made. We've done some legal adjustments. We've adapted to the times. We've launched it again, and I've been on with Jim the last few hours, just confirming things. And so I want everybody to know that if you're on the list for the IBO, we're going to be reaching out. A bunch more slots have opened up. They are treading on it very cautiously to get people up and going and settled right because of some new changes. And it's going to get faster as they get that going. But I just want everybody to know it's ready to go. Now, the IBO program, for those that aren't aware of it, now I've taken it out of the main training because we're going to add it as a special module, just because it deserves its own little piece and to walk people through it. And also, I don't want to just give it to everybody willy-nilly like we kind of have been. And I say that like it's meant to help people that are going to be helping the community. It's meant to give you a bridge as you build your business, not to give you an excuse not to build with us. That's not what that is a godsend. It is an absolutely unbelievable process. It doesn't cost you anything. And it pays anywhere from $500, $750, or $1,000 a month based on credit and what the situation is. We're opening up more options to get more people in it. We always try to get the highest one. So just, it's based on the credit. I have a good explanation on it. For those that aren't aware of it yet, I'm going to show you where the video is for you to watch it. Let your instructor know that you want to do it. Instructors, add them to the list. If you don't have access to list, your GSI, PSI, MSI, they all do. We have a submission sheet we're doing. Okay. And we're trying to do it in order there. Now I'm going to say the order goes by those who are responding too. If we reach out to you, you have a spot. If they don't respond, we're giving it to somebody else. We're not going to sit there and wait for you to respond. We've got a need. And you guys, it's a very complex machine. All right. And I'm going to go over this. It's something I think I've been saying since day one. When you get sent the paperwork that you need to fill out and you get connected with it, do not waste time. And it's for two reasons. One, they need to get your paperwork in and get things going. They cover all the expense. Corporations are set up. We are setting the corporations up directly now. For those that have seen how it was done before, we took it all in-house. All the corporate setups are done in-house so that we have full control on every aspect of the process now. Even more so than ever before. And so there's costs. You don't pay for any of that. And then you're paid for your services and the stuff that you do, and you're part of a big collective. It's an awesome program. However, when they reach out to people and you don't respond, they're just going to go to the next person. We're not going to sit there and wait and hold it, and you might lose that slot, and you may not be able to get into a slot again for a month or 2 months. We cannot just sit there and wait for people to respond for this. There's too much money being spent to get things set up and going. So when you hesitate, it's costing them money, and it's taking opportunity away from somebody else that's going to be ready. So, and it's just, they send out a document of some stuff that you need to have done. Just get it done. Make it a priority. All right. So you guys, a lot of these things are very timing sensitive. They need to have the account set up to operate the business. So if they have to wait an extra week or 2 weeks, someone's losing money. And it hurts the whole justification of the program, and it could make it so it doesn't last as long. And I know I have students that have winded down after a year and a half, and that's great. We want them to go as long as possible, but they're guaranteed for 6 months, sometimes 9 months, occasionally longer, based on what the program is, and it runs. And you guys, it's money that comes to you. You got to claim it on your taxes, but you also get to write off your income against it, or write off your expenses against it. But it is a substantial amount to help you get through things. And we're going to have some trainings on how to fiscally plan your year as a self-employed business. Okay, I'm going to have some advisement come on, give you guys some more instruction on it. It's stuff that it comes up in this question times, and I'm bringing it up here. It's 7 days after tax day, or for me and everybody that knows what they're doing, extension day, right? Those that just do extensions every year. And we deal with our taxes in the fall. There's things that you can do that make a difference, right? Ignorance is expensive. But when I bring up the IBO program, it's I'll put the link. I put it in a different place, and I'm giving that to everybody. I'm giving it to everybody here. It's going to be in the new training in a different sequence. And the reason why I pulled it out of there is because I want to have it in a set step and put some more understanding in there. So here's the link. And also for those that are doing V marketing, accountability link I put out there earlier today. You guys can start filling that out before we go to the next part of the call, which is the millionaire course, which we're going to go to right after this call. I'm going to just cover this IBO program in a brief synopsis. Okay. So we have some big lead generation programs, and part of those programs are generating marketing and sales for big projects. Right now, because we do those big projects, that brings in business money that helps fund the stuff that we do with our philanthropy to fund your guys' marketing. You'll notice as you get to know Tanya and I, our businesses are all circular. I live in a circular process. It allows me to do a lot, maintain a lot, share a lot, maximize gains, and reduce exposure. The version that you guys have of the PBS comes from that business mindset. The knowledge of doing circular motion and generating that traffic and getting the most out of it. It's also why I've maintained the business that we have. You guys, we've watched a lot of competitors, almost all of them actually, go out of business because they don't have a circular mindset. Why am I talking about that today? Well, because when you learn how to do this and it makes sense, and all of a sudden you have that aha moment where you see like, oh my gosh, I see what they put together here, and I see why we bring traffic in here, and I'm making money in Google AdSense, and I'm making money in Bella Vita, and I'm making money in PBS Vortex, I'm making money in SHG, and I see all this stuff is working together. Well, that whole concept of things working together in the circular way that we do it isn't normal business. I personally think it should be because it makes sense, but it's not. And I learned it based on pure survival in the business world. When things are brand new and when you are a pioneer and you are first at something, sometimes you gain in crazy costs. For instance, I used to be able to spam out, before they called it spam, 1 million email users back when email was, most people didn't have an email. So I had the early adopters, and I could send 1 million emails a day from one computer. It made incredible money. Marketing, whatever I could market that time, right? And I was able to do that. And then the cost to do that all of a sudden got more and more expensive as technology increased and the ability to protect from fraud, unsolicited things, legislation and red tape, always regulations, kicked in, and it got more and more expensive. And all these people that didn't have an understanding of the circular marketing, they just would eventually, they couldn't do their business. They made great money until they didn't. It costs more and more to send messages. It costs more and more for bandwidth. It costs more and more for the machines to do it because you got to crunch a lot more data to deliver than what we first did. It just got, and it's even more so now. I mean, even sending text messages now today is a lot more cumbersome than it was before. And as we have done that, the adaptation of the PBS has always been there. Search traffic, organic search traffic, has just become more and more valuable. And content marketing, now that that's a big buzz, I started it in 97. Donna, you've been doing content marketing before anybody thought it was cool.
True.
Right?
Thanks.
I mean,
That's right.
And we're ahead of a lot of curves. But what I want to point out is the circular motion that we do allowed us to do other things. And so when I tell you guys this is a legacy business, it's because I know that no matter what happens tomorrow, next week, next month, we can adapt and we can shift. That's why we have constant calls, because we're adapting and shifting all the time. Sometimes little steps, sometimes tweaks. I mean, look at our number one anchor offer. Donna, one day we went from 6 products to like 20 products. Right? That's a lot of work for us, a lot of shifting. And how do we market it right? How do we get the word out there right? Right? These are things that are real, right?
Absolutely.
But let me ask you a question, Donna. The process to do performance blogging, creating the pages, the categories, the content, and how we post ads, has that changed since day one?
Oh my gosh. The bells and whistles that they have right now, it walks them through everything. They can't go off base. I mean, it's step by step, and totally unlike it was when I first started. It's awesome now, and every day it gets updated just about. So it's beautiful.
And I'll tell you, the advantages we have is, we got this digital printing press, I keep calling it, but the system gets easier as long as you're learning it. The time it takes us to create a page, post a page, about the same, because you got to build it, but the tools to build, I mean, we're light years ahead of where we were. I mean, it feels that way, right? Technology advancements. But I also want you guys to start noticing how much content marketing is out there and around us every day. And it's going to look just like what we're doing. So while we're doing it in a very unique way, it's already proven marketing. And you bounce around pages, like, whether you're up at 2 in the morning and you're on Facebook or Instagram or surfing the web on Yahoo or whatever you're doing it on, you're seeing ads from Google everywhere. It's impossible not to. And remember, we're on the side that's making money from it. And the stronger we build our content and the more we focus on the writing of that content, the more we can gain in the really solid probability of higher per clicks and commissions from the audience that's looking at the information based on how we're doing. We're getting better at our game, is what I'm saying. And I mean, Donna, you've seen the adaptations of how we teach it, how we launch it, getting the stuff out there. Everything is, even the look, we have the same template, but it looks crisper today than it did before because of adaptations and things are faster and we've got a really good hold on things. And I really wanted to reflect on that today as we go on here, but I'm going to say this IBO thing is part of the circular motion. So when you get in that IBO program, the reason why we have access to it is because our marketing companies and what we built helps do massive marketing, millions of dollars in some cases daily in sales. And we found a way to benefit in a win-win scenario with this independent business office to create an extension business relationship to help a process go, eliminating the risk to it, making it something that pays out and something that would help bring solid family to afford them to put a lot of focus on this legacy business called PBS. Now, Donna, you've done a lot of work. You've put a lot of sweat and tears in, countless hours, nights, weekends. would you say that based on the income you make from your PBS businesses, I'll call them the RRR247 businesses, was it worth your time?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I have to say also, Rory, that anybody that joins this program and is serious, you're going to get a much better, more thorough and up-to-date education on marketing than any kids are getting in colleges right now.
For sure.
Hands down. And you're not charged. And Rory, like I said, I'm forever grateful for all the opportunities that you provide for us. And they're just too numerous to even list. It's amazing. People really need to stop and think about what they have available at their fingertips. And my advice to new students, when Rory puts out an opportunity, grab it. Grab it as fast as you can, as soon as you're able to, because it'll always
Donna,
benefit you.
you just reminded me of something because like I would like I like say, hey, I've tested this, we're launching this new thing, whatever it was. You always just jumped on it and just and then and went and got your team on it. You didn't stop and say, how does this work again? How's this gonna like you just knew we had to run. You knew that timing was on. You've always been fast to act on it, and it's always worked out, right?
It's always paid off because I trust you, I trust the system, and I know that everything is done is going to benefit us. You've proven that over and over and over again.
Oh, I'm gonna want to cover a couple of things. You guys, there's always more coming. Like, I look at things all the time, how we can adapt it. We have a bunch of MSIs, our master system instructors, working on a project that we've been working on for years and getting everybody in place with that. We got some things there. And you guys, we've had programs that we launched, did very well with, and then it doesn't seem to work out for our time, and we just sidebar it, pick up something else. Like we constantly will shift. But our main anchors have been pretty freaking stable for years. Bella Vito's has been a home run. And I cannot, you guys, May 5th is going to be freaking amazing. So remember on your calendar, it's in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from yesterday. So May 5th, we're going to get on and do a little Cinco de Mayo, like Zoom dinner party. We'll have a setup. I'm not even sure if we're like gonna order tacos in. There's so many options there, but you guys, we're gonna like have cameras on. We're gonna talk. We're gonna reminisce, some storytelling, and get ready for a celebration. And then we're all gonna be poised, notebooks in hand, and getting ready to take action on on the night of May 5th. I'm sure we can act right away. Donna, you've been at every anniversary for Bella Vita.
I have. And it's my youngest daughter's birthday.
That's awesome. Well, this year you don't have to leave. You can be there.
That's right. That's right.
Well, but you've noticed like your business, it always bursts after these events.
Absolutely.
Correct?
I've been telling my students to save their pennies because whatever's coming, we don't know what it is yet, but it'll be great. And it's always worth it.
Now, and for anybody that's on the fence, that's the time to take action. It'll be like, you should never wait on an opportunity. You should always jump in and get going because the learning curve alone is expensive as not, right? Like, so if you jump in, you're committed. That's the biggest thing. And then we have this thing to launch from, and you guys, this is a big call. Like I can't tell you what's happening, but it's like it's so big and it's so huge for a company that's 5 years old. What's happening? I'll be quiet. But you want to be there. But we're gonna get out together and have a celebratory dinner and just get because we like to hang out with each other. Normally we'd be breaking bread and celebrating stuff, and then in the conference room together. So we're gonna try to emulate that without being there, but we're gonna treat it the same. And then it's going to be about 90 minutes, 2 hours. I would plan on 2 hours to cover where that stuff is at. We're all going to take it to heart, go to work, but we're going to really start focusing on it the following day. We're going to be exhausted after it. It's going to be it's going to be awesome. This Saturday though is our and you guys, I gotta tell you, I'm so excited. We're doing an absolute ad. We're doing a PBS page building and ad posting marathon. And there's like 5 or 6 leaders doing this with me. So it's not just Rory all day. It's amazing leadership, and you're gonna be able to see some different talent on display. And they've all got Google AdSense. They've all been cranking stuff out there. Everything that we teach on this, they're going to be putting that on there. And you guys, what I want you to see is the habits they have, what their steps are in producing it. You're going to see that they're all very similar, but just realize what you should be doing with your time, whether you have an hour a week, 2 hours a week, 2 hours a day to do PBS building and advertising, what you should be doing. I'll preface it. Donna, I'm going to put you on the spot. If you have 2 hours to build on your PBS, what should you be doing with those 2 hours? What's the split? I always say.
Oh, 50-50? Building your pages and then posting ads.
50. That's it. So if you build a page for an hour, then I have an hour to post ads. If you just post ads and don't create new content, we're not getting where you need to get. If you're just building pages and you're not posting them out there and marketing them and priming the pump with posting ads, you're not getting where you need to get. 50-50. That's the balance. And Donna, I think it's been that way since day one.
I think it has. But I don't think, I think it takes a while for people to realize the importance of that, the consistency of doing that. So for those of you that don't have the experience behind you, believe in the system because it does work.
Yeah, the system is solid, right? And we're gonna be doing some good exposure on it. Now, I want to tell you, the next thing we're gonna go into is we're gonna go into the millionaire course, and it's for people that are doing V marketing and having success. So if you're doing your V marketing and you bring in at least one PBS student in that week, then I have you come to the millionaire course, and that's where I get to share the developmental stuff, really focusing on some of these things that are going to help you become that millionaire. All right. Niall, I need to pick on you for 1 second. We share a mentor that we both got taught live. Niall got it probably more direct than I did. I heard him do it with others. He never told me this directly. I got it indirectly, but I know he told it to you directly.
Which
right?
one? You're gonna pick on me. You know, that's senior abuse, but I'll let you do it. Go
ahead. So you'll remember, right? So
yeah.
he asked you how much you wanted to make, right?
Yes, that was a big one. He said,
"Go ahead and retell it." Because
I said a lot of money. I was there at his seminar to earn. I just wanted to make more money, and I wanted a lot of money. I didn't know how to define that yet. I just wanted a lot of money. And I was sitting in the front row because I'm always a front row kind of person. And he stops right by my table. You know, he's got his pencil in his hand. He's tapping on my table while he's talking. I'm getting pretty nervous. And he looks at me. And he's see, we all had name tags on now. So, how much money do you want to earn? I said a lot. He goes, well, what's a lot to you? I said $20,000 a month. I thought that was huge at the time, right? This was in 1993. I want to make $20,000 a month. He goes, excellent. Well, how are you going to do that? And he just paused. He froze. And I'm like, I thought I came here for you to teach me how to do that. And he laughed, that thunderous Jim Rohn laugh of his. And he said, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. I want you to write this down. Ready? I'm going to show you exactly how to earn $20,000 a month. And I was stoked. Got my notebook out, ready to write it down. And he said this, you guys can write this down. Become someone who deserves $20,000 a month. And I'm like, you know, I did the sideways look at him and, okay, this guy might be a little tweaked. I don't know if I get this, but I wrote it down. And then I thought about it. And throughout the seminar, as I was listening to everything else he said to everybody, it hit me between the running lights like that 2x4. You talk about getting out, right? Boom. Become someone who deserves $20,000 a month. Now, you guys have heard me tell my story on Tuesday night. I went home to become a student of the industry and a student of the system that we were working at the time. I wanted to be the best student I could be because the more I learned, because that's what a student does, right? Learned, the more I was going to be able to get close to that, deserving that income that I was talking about. That was a big day for me. Big, big day.
I'll add to it. It's absolute truth. When you understand the mindset you need to have and the skill sets you need to put forth and what you need to do to become that person that deserves 20 grand or 30 grand or 40 grand, whatever it is you want, it's a powerful direction. And then you just go do it. You got to take the actions to do it. And the thing about it is I like to point this out there is, Niall's had amazing mentors. I've had amazing mentors. We got some of the same mentors that we've shared that have guided us down these paths to know how to do this. And we've been able to create a vehicle that allows people to do the hard with so much more ease. We don't have people, you guys typically in marketing, you got to have capital. And people would have to go put huge risk. I'm gonna end tonight with this. They would put huge risk, and I know Niall did it. They would go take loans out against their houses. They'd take out a second mortgage. They would borrow from family estates. They would make the wife go to work so they could focus more on the income that come in to build the dream. Right? They had to come up with that capital, and it's a tough road. The good news about it, though, is when people put skin in the game, they show up more because they have something to lose. So we wanted to bridge the gap because a lot of people don't know how to get that capital. They don't have resources to get that capital. It could be a gazillion dollars. They're not going to get it. It doesn't matter. We found a way where we could provide it. But then we still got to work on the mindset and get people to deserve the money they can make by doing it. And we got to get them out of their own way so they show up and take advantage of what we give them. Let me say that again. One of our biggest focuses leadership here is to get our students out of their own way so they can take advantage of what we give them here. Clear your schedule, make ways for it. Treat it like you paid for it. Your time's, you know what? We value your time probably more than you value your time. We understand what it takes to do this. We're not new to it. We've been doing it for decades. Nobody ever paid for my marketing, by the way. I have never once in my entire life had anybody pay for my marketing. Ever. And yet we get to pay for everybody's marketing here. So are you going to take that gift and receive it and do something great for you and a legacy you can leave behind? Or are you going to waste what Tanya and I are believing in you on? That's what it comes down to. We've already given it to you. We already believe in you, without you showing up or not. I don't think anybody understands the size of that magnitude. And you guys, I've had so many people come to me and say, you know what, Rory, your heart's in the right place and you're going to do all that, but you can't get people to take advantage of that. They don't understand it. They don't understand the value you're giving them. I thought, well, maybe you're right. But that's on me, right? I need to do more self-promotion and let you guys know that this is serious stuff, guys. It's a lot of money we're investing in you guys. And I look at all those that take advantage of it, and it just makes me happy. And then I look at all those that aren't taking advantage of it, and I just get sad because I'm like, how are they going to get their dreams if they don't do the actions that are going to allow them to get their dreams? We have so many people that want to do this. We have such a resource. I always go with this too, is like, I can only talk to so many guys. I'm talking to everybody I can all day long. I'm getting exhausted. I love it. I go to bed so tired. I've done several BRTs. I'm getting doing the same thing I teach you guys to do. You did the same thing. BRTs into PBS into session 1, into session 2, and you hope they show up for themselves and get going. So that note, make sure you checked in. Everybody that has a PBS that's in up through Sunday night, midnight Eastern, Sunday night, a couple days ago, we're on the Millionaire course today. And guys, I get to talk to you and cover a mindset that helps you create that 20 grand a week, which is $1 million a year. That's the focus point. Anybody that wants to make less than that, it's okay with me. It doesn't hurt my feelings, but I'm going to be guiding you towards 20K a week. I'm going to tell you something personally. The effort to make 20 grand a week is pretty much the same it is to make 5 or 10. When you've got a leverage system, it's pretty much the same. If you're making 50 grand a month or 10 grand a month and you got a leverage system, it's pretty much the same work. It might be a little more focus. And usually what it comes down to is you help carry a lot of more people across the mental mindset of getting better and getting out of their own way. In order to get the big checks and to be worth it, you've got to help people get better. This is not a do it by yourself program. I actually don't know very many do it by yourself programs out there. This is help raise the team up, help build up the mentality of everybody. And it's a lot of focused time. Like I can tell you this, and now I know you can go through your things. The things that helped me the most. Now the big meetings always help. The big events and the energy of those events helped. But the things that set me on the course to get Rory out of Rory's way and to focus on what I really wanted and make it a priority were intimate meetings. They were events or a mastermind that happened either at an event or a side event where I got focused time on me. If you guys have read my book, I had one special evening with Jim Rohn that changed my life forever. In fact, I can't even tell you where I would be today without that one night. It was such a pivotal point in my life. It was hours. Like I can't believe. I mean, it went way in. I mean, it was such a night. So I bring that up because those nights happen when you're in the right group of people going the right direction. Those special moments happen like that. And this is why I can't wait till we have a live event again, because the event's great, but it's the meetings around the event. It's the breakfast meetings you have with your team before the event, the lunches, the dinners. It's those intimate times when someone says an aha moment where you want to go and it changes the trajectory of where you are. But that's because we're all working on a mindset. Now we're gonna do our best to have some little times, talk about some things during that dinner that we're going to do in a Zoom. We'll break bread together and do the best we can without being in the same location. And that's why I want to do it. I miss everybody, but we can be on there. We can kind of pass the mic around and get some key things and maybe have some Q&A and eat some tacos, right? I'm going to have a margarita. I think it's got to be happening. But anyway, I'll see you guys on the millionaire course, you guys. And if you're not on that list, we're not going to let you in. It's no hard feelings. It's just there is something when we did this. There's something about achieving and being part of doing the deed that's going to get you there that makes sense when I talk to you and cover things. If you're not doing the V marketing, what I tell you is going to make you sound it's going to be great, but you're not going to be in the motion to fill it. It's kind of like this. If you didn't know how to drive a car, and I was telling you how it feels to hit the gas at the right time and get the G-force on a turn, you wouldn't know how to experience that if you'd never been in a car before. Well, now you start driving a car and you start experiencing that. So then when I relate to you what you do, you can visualize it more because you've already know what it's like to drive a car. Now I start talking to you about a car with more horsepower, and you can visualize it because you know what it is with the lower horsepower. And then when you try more horsepower, now you're going to get the idea of what acceleration can do. Like you can learn if you're already in the motion. But if you've never been in a car before, you're not actually driving a car, it doesn't matter. You can't relate to that. You have no momentum, literally. So we want everybody in momentum so that the training and the mindset we focus on actually makes sense because you're doing it. See you guys in the Millionaire course. Love you guys. See you in the next trainings too. We got this. You deserve it. We're all